With me, Sadie 9. And right now, at this time of the week, I always get to speak to someone like really interesting who does amazing things. Sometimes people are climbing Kilimanjaro for a certain charity. Sometimes some people are running marathons. And sometimes you get a person like Avril Mills who actually helps other people achieve their dreams. It's called the Dream Company. She put it together herself. She's BEM, which is, of course, what does it stand for?
British Empire Medal.
Which is fantastic, which you were awarded in
2014.
Right, so you've been doing this a long while, Avril, making people's dreams come true.
Yeah, we have. I founded the Dream Factory in memory of my son, Oliver, who unfortunately passed away when he was 9 years old. He had leukemia. And he once said to me, Mum, whilst we was in the clinic, Mum, when I grow up, I want to grant a dream like you've been doing, because I did help a couple of the kids in the hospital, but unfortunately Oliver never got to help me with that. So at some point I thought, this is what I want to do. And I was very fortunate to be able to start the Dream Factory with the help of a businessman, and we are still in their offices free of charge. It's Southeastern Electrics in Hainault. So that's the reason I started the Dream Factory. And as you said, it's now actually just over 700 dreams.
700 dreams. How did it help you get over a loss like that? I mean, I can't imagine it.
I don't think it helps you get over a loss, because especially of a child, you never get over that. But keeping yourself busy and doing something positive has been a great legacy for me and my family. And that's the thing, you know. I mean, you can't get over it when you lose a child. Everyone who's lost a child will tell you the same, but you live with it. But I've got other kids, so you really want to keep busy and keep everything going, basically. And
I always say as well that I've been very lucky. Okay, not had the greatest health in the world, but I have a great family, I have great friends, I have a lovely cottage, I live in a lovely area, work in a lovely place. I'm incredibly lucky. And you try and just pay it forward, just by little things, even if it's by a nice comment to someone, or maybe paying for someone's shopping or whatever. You try and pay it forward. And you have a little fluff of hormones kicking somewhere in there that you feel nice when you're doing it. And we should recognise this, that actually doing good for others actually makes us feel a little better as well.
It does. And when you get to know some of the families, because obviously with 700 dreams, you don't know everybody. And I've got a lovely team who work with me. We're all part-time. There's about 6 or 7 of us, and everyone's got their job to do. And the families, well, it's lovely when you get thank you letters and thank you notes. It really is very heartwarming to get those. We don't do it just so we can get thank you, but it's always nice to hear that everything went smoothly. And it's also a fantastic memory for the family, depending what the dream is and was.
What was the first one? And how did you do it?
The very first dream was actually a Winnie the Pooh tea party.
Right.
This goes back 16 years.
So you never forget it?
I'll never forget that. And that was really lovely for a child who is no longer with us. But we've done another 699. So, and, you know, that's why we do it, because we want to try and create memories for a family just in case. But at the same time, if it's something like an iPad or a gaming pad or gaming selections and anything like a computer, then obviously it's really going to help the young person, whether it's at home or whether it's in hospital, to reconnect and stay connected with friends and family, because not everyone can afford these things.
No, absolutely.
That's what people don't always think about. You know, it is financial as well. I mean, when I was going back and forwards to hospital with my Oliver, you know, it just crucifies you. The petrol and then the food in and out the hospital and the back
parking.
and forwards, parking. So, you know, when I wanted to start the Dream Factory, it was in my head to make sure that nobody was out of pocket if we were going to do it. So when we do send a young person to Disney Paris, let's say, we don't just say, here's your tickets, have a good time. We say, have you got enough help? We give them anything between maybe £300-400 pocket money to make sure they can buy treat their kids to little special treats, and also make sure that they have money for food outside of the deal we get with Euro Disney, because we're on the Disney Wish program. But it's really important that everything we do is attention to detail for the child or young adult. And I say that because we start at 3 and go up to 25.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realise you go up to 25. Crikey, I mean, you must have people coming to you all the time. Is there a sort of requisite that people have to meet to be able to have their dream even looked at? Absolutely.
We have a criteria. So they shouldn't have had a dream in the past.
Right.
They have to have either life-threatening, life-limiting, severe disabilities, or end of life.
Right.
They also need to live within, I would say, approximately 70 to 80 miles within the Chigwell-Hainault area. But what we do now is that if they're treated at any of the London hospitals or even in the Hertfordshire Hospital, Addenbrooke's, we're happy to meet the family there because it's feasible. Logistically, we can do it. But yes, we do get a lot of dreams. We can't do all the dreams. I think we've got something like 19 my little team are working on right now.
Really?
Yep. And there's another waiting list, I believe, of about another 25 or 30 maybe. And we do have to decipher, what we think's the right thing to do for that child.
Absolutely. I'm just looking at the website of thedreamfactory.org, and you can see a message there from Avril Mills, BEM, founder and trustee, and you can also see some pictures of all the lovely dreams that they've done. It's quite incredible. It moves your heart, doesn't it? You have to realise how lucky we are. I don't have children, but I have nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews, godchildren, and thank God, I look at them all, I'm touching wood now, that they're well, and that's all you want. Sometimes they're in better places than in others, but they're all well. And when you look at children who haven't got that, haven't been so lucky, it just makes you thrilled that people like you give them a dream.
Well, I am part of a team. Yes, I started the Dream Factory, and I couldn't have done it without the people around me, because we've all got different skills, and I'm very grateful because a lot of the people that have been with me from, say, 7 to 11 years, which says a lot. And like I said, we're a small charity. We're not government funding. No. So everything is me going out there networking, and getting companies to support us. And that's how it works. But, we're all pretty amazed. We've done fantastic. We managed to get through COVID, even though we lost something on the lines of £80,000 in revenue. But we managed to get through COVID, and because we've got free offices, that really helped us as well.
It certainly has. So. What a great thing to do, and that's putting something back.
Yes.
And obviously, you've got the offices to do sort of great stuff in. And what about this latest one, the 700th one? That sounds brilliant.
It is. So we have a young lad called Jack. Okay, and his dream was to go to Port Lymphe Safari Park.
Never heard of it.
Port Lymphe is near Folkestone, and it's like a 5-star hotel and safari. It's absolutely amazing. He's had a great time. He took his best friend with him. As I said, we do help children and young adults up to the age of 25. I can't remember how Jack was, but he was obviously not a very young boy. But he's been through so much. He deserves everything. And he was able to do something he could never afford to do in a million years, just like some of us anyway. But this was really brilliant. And he sent some lovely pictures in. And it was our 700th dream. 700th dream.
Quite incredible. And so he stayed in the hotel. And what makes it a safari hotel?
Well, all the big five there, lions. He was in the lion cabin or quarters, I believe.
Right.
And tigers, lions, giraffes, they roam around. I mean, if you go on the website, you'll see. And they stay on site at Port Lymphe.
So they hear the noises of them.
Yes, apparently it's just amazing. I've never been. Maybe one day I'll be lucky enough to go, but it is amazing. And that's what you call a dream. I mean, to be honest with you, Sadie, a dream for one person is not the same dream for a next. So whereas one child might ask for a laptop or an iPad, you might think, well, that's not much of a dream. But it absolutely is. Really? Because not all of us can afford especially when you've got a child or young adult in hospital or a teenager, they need to have contact, and the dreams are so different. I mean, we've done so many different dreams, and I'm just really proud of everybody.
Well, I'm very proud of you being a lovely Essex lady doing this amazing stuff. Isn't this a lovely thing, Genevieve? Can you imagine granting children's wishes?
It must be the most rewarding thing. It really, really must be. And I think, Avril, you've just done such an amazing thing. And I was listening to your story in the studio, and I was really moved by what you said. And yeah, it's a wonderful tribute to your son. So well done.
Yes, and thank you so much. I mean, and we're talking about how, people to help us. We are really looking for some more volunteers.
Oh, are you?
To be honest, that's the big thing. I think since COVID and people, changed what they were doing, and all different things happened, we are always looking for volunteers for either helping us with driving, events, fundraising, and dream makers. So all of that comes under the help, and we do to give to people. So we don't just go, all right, you can go and grant a dream now. That doesn't happen. We would interview people, make sure they're happy with what they want to do, that it's what they feel they want to do, and that make sure they're the right person for that volunteer job.
Where would people have to be based? I should imagine based near you?
No, they don't have to be based at all near us, because ideally, if you have a car, it makes everything a lot easier. So we've got volunteers who live down in Orsett. We've got volunteers South London and Essex, but we are based in Hainault. So obviously, we'd probably want to interview people and get their references. And if they feel they'd like to help, please get in touch with us. Our general email is info@yourdreamfactory.org, and speak to one of my team and they will help you. But it's a big part of our charity is volunteers. We really do need everyone's help. If they've got some time, and it's not every week, it's not every day, it's ad hoc, as and when.
Right. So you can have a bit of freedom that if you can't work, come into you.
Well, what we've done is we've got a WhatsApp group now with the volunteers.
Right.
So if somebody feels that they're right to volunteer and we feel they're right for it, they'd go on our WhatsApp group and they can then say, actually, I can do that event, or I've got this time, or don't answer at all. But we need more people.
Right.
We've got very busy.
Please get your pens and pencils. We will give you all the details of how you maybe can volunteer and maybe join the Dream Factory and allow someone else's dream to come true. If you've got some time, I mean, do you have to, it's not full time this, as you're saying, but do you have to commit a bit of time to becoming a volunteer
No,
for you?
you don't have to commit a bit of time. But if you're going to do it, then do it, because then it lets down other volunteers. But it's ad hoc, as I said. Yeah. So once you're an official volunteer and we know what you're capable of, or you know what you want to do, you'll go on a WhatsApp group, and that's it. We'll see how we go.
Right. Well, that's good. What's Al giving me a sign for through the I've no idea what he's gesticulating at. I have no idea, but never mind. Hopefully it's all being said well. Yes. So
what I also want to say is how you can possibly help us at the Dream Factory. So as a small charity, and as you heard, we're a small team, we do rely on companies choosing us as their charity for the year. The more that do this, the more money that comes in. And I always do my best to be there, turn up, talk about the Dream Factory. So recently we've just had 2 golf days. One was put on by the Pink Tie Club, a group of men who own construction companies. And last week, Moss Electrical, for the 4th year running, have run another golf day for us. We're also having a drag bingo lunch on September the 26th in Hainault at a restaurant called Linguini's. We've sold out, apart from 5 tickets. We've got an amazing drag queen called Scarlett Diamonte. Right. It's going to be really fun. So if anybody wants to pick up the last 5 tickets, please get in touch with us. And we also are working closely with Redonate, which is a company who redonate whatever bags of clothing or handbags you want, and they will donate the money to the Dream Factory. We're one of their charity partners, so that is redonate.uk. But there's so many more people to thank, and as you probably realise, I can't go and do that now.
No.
But everybody helps, so
you can't do it all at the moment. We're going to find out some of these dreams as well that have made Avril go, wow, so you want to do that. Or maybe make me go, really? In the studio is Avril Mills of the Dream Factory, and they achieve dreams for youngsters who have all sorts of ailments. It really is, isn't it? It's right across the board. I've been looking at the things,
well, yeah, see, it's all ailments, but it is life-threatening. Life-threatening is very big part of what we do, and also end of life, severe disabilities. So we try and help as many children and young adults as we can, basically.
Up to 25, which is really...
Up to 25. Well, I remember when I was in hospital with Oliver, I mean, once a child gets to 16, 17, that's it. They don't get anything really nice. You're becoming an adult by 18. And so I always thought to myself, I want to help young people that can't get it up past the age of 16, 17. And we get quite a few children and young adults, with cancer or even very severe disabilities.
Absolutely. So what are some of the things that you've achieved? And what are some of the things maybe have made you go, didn't expect that?
Well, it's more a case of dreams have changed over the years. And I've been going for 16 years. So dreams have changed constantly they change. But one of the many dreams we started a few years ago was to be a millionaire lifestyle dream.
A millionaire lifestyle.
To live like a millionaire lifestyle. So, of course, what these children and young adults call millionaires is very different. So the first one I did with one of my Dream Factory dream makers, Annabelle. We granted a dream for a lovely 16-year-old whose idea was to go into London. They've never been into London before, her and her mum and her grandma. She was recovering from cancer. And we sent her to see Mamma Mia in the box. We got a lovely box for her. She went to Claridge's for her afternoon tea. She went up the Shard the next day to have a drink up the top of the Shard and look at the views. And not only that, we put her up in the County Hall Marriott, which I have to say have been absolutely amazing, helping us out with all our dreams for that sort of dream. And that's what she did. And on top of that, they gave her a room overlooking the Millennium Wheel.
Right.
Okay. And all food inclusive. So they made
she
them
really
feel
was
like,
a millionaire. Didn't have to worry about...
Oh, they walked up the steps, had champagne and non-alcoholic for that young girl. It was just amazing. And I was on that dream to start with. And the other dream maker put that together, Annabelle, who's really good at that. And this is how it starts. And that was one of probably 6 or 7 we've done there. Another dream that I wanted to do was for a young lad. I won't mention his name at the moment because I know he has passed away, but he was 6 years old and he had leukemia. His dream was to go on the Thames with the firefighters on the Thames and go whizzing round and about with all the hoses splashing another fireman's boat. I was on that, but I made sure I didn't get wet on that one. Anyway. So basically, his dream was to go to a hotel, have first class everything. We did that. The parents were with them, and he had the most amazing day. Of course, the firemen bought him rotten on the side of the Thames.
Of course,
and that's something I'll never forget because it was very close to my heart. Another dream, I can only mention one more because we will be here for a long time otherwise, is we had an amazing dream which the whole team put together, and it was for Holly's. I think it was her 13th. But I couldn't swear to that. She had a princess party in Chigwell. We held it at the Metropolitan Police Club. We had 13 different princesses attend. It was absolutely amazing. We made it into a fantastic afternoon, and that's what you call a memory never to forget because all the princesses spoke to her. And they're all so fabulous as well.
What princesses?
Everything from Snow White to... I don't know, I haven't watched a Disney film in a while, but Snow White to... what you name it, the princesses were there.
Frozen all that.
All of them. Everyone. They were all there. And she came in a limo as well with her family. And we just made it absolutely. So for me, doing a dream is attention to detail. It's important that my team make it attention to detail if we can, depending on the dream. So...
And I know you want to say a few thank yous.
I want to say, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all the support we've had over 16 years. It hasn't ended. As you can see, we have still another 20 dreams we're working on and another 25 odds that are coming in. So please, can you support the Dream Factory? as long as you can, because we need it to keep going and keep going. And we are a small charity. I have got some very good trustees, and I've also got some amazing patrons. I'll just name a few, because otherwise, again, we'll be here for another half an hour. So we've got Anne Wafula Strike. Anne is Paralympian.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
We've got Christine Ohoruhu.
Yep.
As you know, 400 metres gold Olympic medalist. We've got both Colin McMillan and Michael Watson, former world boxing champions. Harry Redknapp.
Wow.
Also very proactive patron. We have Vicky Michelle, a lot of you from Essex will
Who's
know.
Lovely.
We've got Ray Winstone as well. But then we've also got the other end of the spectrum. We've got the Archbishop of York and we've got Rabbi Suffren. So we have got some really...
You've covered it all the bases.
I've covered all the bases, but we'll never have enough, because the more people that get involved with us, the more people will hear about us. And that's what I need. But I just want to say thank you to all of the Dream Factory trustees and patrons. Basically, thank you to everybody. I've had a couple of we do get many thank you letters. I don't know if we have time to read any out, but if not...
We're running out of time.
That's fine, but we have lots and lots and lots of dreams to grant, so I'll have to pack up and get my team on it.
The important thing is, how do people get in touch with you?
If you can, email us on info@yourdreamfactory.org.
Got it.
Or, if you want to call my mobile, 0771 261 9726.
And we've got that number here for you if you didn't get it down. Thank you so much for coming in. An absolute pleasure to speak to you. We send all our love, and well done for what you're doing.